Well, how are you feeling? You got John Riggs with another Riggs AMA, where I ask my Patreons to ask me anything. It could be helpful advice in hacks and repros. It could be questions about gaming, thoughts, insight. It could be questions about life in general, about my life or upbringing, or being a father of children with autism. Ask me anything. And Kelsey asks, how did you get involved in import games? I, like Kelsey, am a huge, huge, huge import gamer. It dates back to around the time of like late NES, TurboGrafx 16 specifically, because I was really into that system for a while. And my favorite arcade game was a game called P47. They had it at the local gas station. They didn't have it on a home console, but they did in Japan. They had it on the PC Engine, I later found out. It was probably Video Games and Computer Entertainment magazine. And in the back, there was an ad for like, hey, we sell Japanese Nintendo games, play video games, year or two before they come out in America or whatever. And they had P47 for sale for like $80. So like I couldn't buy it, but I was like, oh, wow, I actually have an option to buy Japanese games. I didn't even know P47 was a game in Japan. It's not a game in America. I just left that on the back burner because of course I didn't have the cash for it. I was renting a lot of games at that time. Fast forward to the Super Nintendo. When the Super Nintendo first came out, my friend Jared had Bomboozle, which was like our Kablooey. It was like a puzzle game where you drop the bomb and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, weird. You can play Japanese games on a U.S. system. Interesting. And then I left that on the back burner. Didn't even really think about it because I didn't have an access. I couldn't go to Japan. I didn't have any friends in Japan to send me games. I didn't realize you could just order games from Japan or anything like that. Now, fast forward to the PlayStation 1. Now, I could do the swap trick on the PlayStation 1 easily. I had a Model 1. I bought my PlayStation day one. Literally day two. I went to buy one day one. I didn't have enough cash, but they were Software Etc. was doing the trade in your old Super Nintendo with a few games to save $100. So I did that day two. But it's still first generation PlayStation 1. I could do the simple swap trick, which was just load up to the music menu with a game, pull the game out, pop the new game in while the disc is still up and loading. Good to go. And I was a huge wrestling import game fan, or a huge wrestling fan. So they had Virtual Pro Wrestling for the PlayStation 1, which featured 60 wrestlers or 80 wrestlers or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, I can do this now. I ordered it through either NTSCX or whatever that website was, or Tronix Web, or it was probably Game Cave or something like that. So I was like, oh, here's a Sailor Moon game. I don't even care about Sailor Moon. Here's a Sailor Moon game. It comes with a figurine and a wall scroll. Perfect. $40. I'll take it. Dragon Ball Z. I don't care about Dragon Ball Z. But hey, the video game is $40 and it's a Japanese game and no one else has it. And I have the bragging rights to say, yo, I got a Japanese game, Dragon Ball Z. No one's ever heard of it. I'm playing it right now. Where are you at? So I went from there and then started just blooming from there, along with the Sega Saturn and more. It's like so many great games that came out in Japan. I was able to play. I bought what I know it as Dracula Nocturne of the Moonlight. I was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I bought that several months before it came out in America. Beat it before it came out in America in Japanese. Gran Turismo, same way. So there's a lot of great games that I was able to play. And especially when it goes back to Famicom. Now that I'm kind of up to date, I can go back in time to Famicom, Super Famicom, Mega Drive to an extent, because the NES is my favorite system of all time. So with the Famicom, here's a whole new library of games I've never even played. Half of them I've never even heard of. So it's like discovering all these new Nintendo games that I never knew existed. And if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty ethnically depleted. My mother's side is Russian. My father's side is from Norway, Norwegian. And I'm white on white. That's pretty white. So as far as like, I don't have any Japanese relatives or anything like that. So, and I literally still have my book. I bought this. Read Japanese Today. It actually kind of works because it kind of teaches you. I didn't care how to pronounce it. I just wanted to know what the symbols meant. And this thing kind of taught you the thing. So I was actually able to play, I never beat it, but I almost beat Ys 4 in Japanese, which is kind of an action RPG style for the PC Engine Duo, using this book. Because after I read it, I was like, oh, the highlighted word is Fire Mountain. I guess I'll go to the Fire Mountain and see what's going on there. Simple to do. You just talk to everyone as much as you can until the dialogue never changes. You were able to pick through just about every other game, and then especially if it's hiragana, in the back of the book here, I would highly recommend learning. It's code. You crack the code, you can say anything. These are the words. If you say it long enough, you're like the website says seru auto. Seru auto. Sellout. It was sold out. You know, stuff like that. So I just got into that. It stuck with me. I still love imports today. I'm still discovering new imports today. Kind of a long, drawn-out answer to your question, but that is starting from way back to the TurboGrafx 16 days, all the way to, oh, I can now play import games. I'm going to play import games, and I can play them before they come out in America. Perfect. Give me that, you know, that first access. If you have a chance to play the Nintendo Switch or whatever, you know, a month or two before everyone else, of course you're going to jump on that opportunity. So, and I certainly did. So I did that. Most of my games for about 3 or 4 years, I swear most of them came from Japan for the PlayStation, for the Sega Saturn, and then even the Dreamcast. I bought a Japanese Dreamcast a few months before it came out in America because I didn't want to wait to play Sonic Adventure. And I knew that I was just going to import a bunch of games anyway, so I may as well just buy the Japanese Dreamcast and go from there. I still have my Japanese. I have an American one now too, by the way, but I still have a Japanese Dreamcast. So that's my answer. If you love imports, let me know in the comments below, and maybe let me know what are some great import games I should look out for any system. I love them all, so would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching another RIGGS AMA, and if you have a question, man, let me know. If you're a Patreon, you can you know, drop me a question, and who knows, maybe it'll turn into a video in the near future. Thanks for watching. Take care. You're awesome. Everybody loves you. I love you as well. That's how that works. You got John Riggs. Take care. We'll see you.